Hello everybody, my name is Derailious, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you a budget Berserker setup that works both in and out of dungeons, and also costs under 14 mil if you get every single piece that I talk about. So it's not actually that much of a bank breaker on your wallet, it's not going to cost you like, the next 3 months worth of food. It's not going to be that bad, and I want you to know that if you get this set, it's actually a 10k damage increase off the sets that I were talking about in my last video, which was the damage guide. So if you're coming here from that video, just know that there is a bit of an upgrade in store if you're willing to spend a little bit more money. Obviously, this is a budget set, so we're not going to be spending like 50-60 mil, but it's going to be really solid and works both in and out of dungeons. Before we begin, however, I want to thank everybody for all the support since the last video. We've gained almost 100 subscribers in the last 2 days, which is ridiculous. We're going to hit 1,000 soon, so it's absolutely insane. Only about 9% of you are subbed, though, so if we can get that to 10 or 11 or even 12% somehow, I'd be eternally grateful. And on that note, let us begin, fellas. So, before we begin, I just want to do a quick damage comparison. We're going to be using a level 61 Epic Lion to get maximum damage, and we're going to hit this Enderman, and we do about 122k damage. That's about 15k higher than in my damage guide that I posted yesterday. So, here's what the armor set is. We are using Fierce Shadow Assassin boots, Shadow Assassin leggings, a Strong Drag chest piece, and a Tarantula helmet. The reason why this synergy is so good is because the Strong Drag chest piece is way cheaper than the Shadow Assassin chest piece, obviously. Shadow Assassin chest piece costs like 30 mil, and has about the same stats. The Shadow Assassin leggings and boots, on the other hand, are way stronger than the strong counterparts, and have a lot more strength, and have even more crit damage. As you can see, we have plus 39% crit damage on both the leggings and boots. The Fierce Tarantula helmet, if you don't already know, has the perk Radioactive, which gives you plus 1 crit damage per 10 strength. So, base, I have 654, and with the sword out, I have 959 strength, which means that I get 95 extra crit damage whenever I hit anything. That's really strong. That is a lot more damage. That is huge. And even more so when I have the Flower of Truth on, I have 1k, which means I get 104 crit damage from the helmet. So that's really powerful. This is also good in things like dungeons, for example, because obviously the Shadow Assassin boots and leggings are dungeon items as base, and you can 5-star them. Oh yeah, before we continue, fellas, I just want to make the note that none of this gear that I have is 5-starred, and when I run around with the set in dungeons, which is the Shadow Assassin boots, the leggings, the adaptive chest piece, and the Shadow Assassin helmet, I do about 1.3 mil damage. When I 5-star this, though, I'm very likely to do 3 to 4 mil damage, which is quite a bit, and can even outclass some Shadow Fury builds, which is pretty wild, and will be absolutely insane in dungeons. So just wanted to make that note here. But you could also 5-star the Strong Drag and Tarantula helmet. You need to be level 28 to do this, however. Do I recommend doing it if you're level 28? Absolutely, I recommend doing it when you're level 28. If you want to have an absolutely broken dungeon set, this is a really good choice. But if you're not level 28, then what can you do? Well, you can swap out the Tarantula helmet for a Shadow Assassin helmet, and you could swap out the Strong Dragon chest piece for an adaptive chest piece, both of which are not that expensive. I know the adaptive chest piece is slightly expensive, but it's whatever. And the Shadow Assassin helmet is only like 1.2 mil, or 1.8 mil rather. If you look on the auction house, you go to Shadow, type it in, lowest price. Let me actually go to the rarity that you want it to be at. Shadow Assassin boots are 1.3 mil, and the helmets are 1.9 mil, so they're pretty cheap. As well, you can upgrade the gear's rarity via the new system of fragments, as I talked about in a previous video. It upgrades the rarity of the Shadow Assassin set, so it's pretty good. As well as that, this gear is also really good for dragons. I've been testing it on multiple dragons. I've been getting 3rd or 2nd place every time, and I don't usually do that. I'm usually really bad. I usually get 6th to 8th place, so it's actually a big benefit for me. On any other notes, I would say to use the Wither Skeleton pet, because it has high base stats, combined with dealing more damage to withers, combined with Death's Touch, which is upon hitting an enemy, you inflict a wither effect for 128% damage over 3 seconds, which is a huge damage over time increase, and is really strong. So on that note, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Please check out the damage comparison video. I talk about a bunch of other stuff in there, some of which is actually pretty useful, notably the forceful reforge on all talismans, combined with the Terra helmet being really strong. And on that note, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Please consider subscribing down below if you haven't already. Just make sure, just double check all that stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, fellas.